What is going on, UFC card lovers? Welcome back here to another episode of UFC Card Talk. My name is Damien, and if you're new to this UFC card channel, here at UFC Card Talk, I like to talk about everything to do with UFC cards, from both collecting to investing, and also recent UFC card hobby news. This week's episode, a few little topics I want to get into. I do have a mix blind PSA return that I'm going to be going over with you guys. It is currently sitting in my Ship My Card inventory. I have not seen the grades for these cards yet. This is a mixed lot that some of you may have seen on one of my previous mail days. And I also want to talk briefly about setting up as a dealer for the first time ever at a card show here in Sweden as a UFC card dealer. That is coming up this weekend, so super excited about that. If you are new to this UFC card channel, if you like UFC cards, then you probably should be hitting that subscribe button. You also, if you enjoy this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you want to be watching these videos each and every single week, then you can also hit that notification bell so you will be notified every single time a new video comes out. Alright, so starting off with setting up as a dealer for the first time ever at a card show here in Sweden. For those of you who may be attending that show, I don't know, maybe there are some of you guys and girls watching here in Sweden. If you are making it to this card show, please come up and say hello, say what's up. I always appreciate any chance I can have to meet any of the viewers of my channel, talk about UFC cards, talk about whatever you may want to. You may be able to see a little bit of mess here behind me. I don't know if you can see it or not, but regardless, there's a lot of things I've been doing, trying to price out cards, trying to price out graded cards, raw cards, and then also how I'm going to be presenting everything on the table. I haven't done this before, as I mentioned before. I am going to be sharing the table with one of my hobby friends, Michael. I know he's watching, so shout out to you. Looking forward to meeting you in person for the first time. Looking forward to getting together at this card show and just being around the card hobby for a whole weekend. Super excited about this, actually. But yeah, a lot of things to organise. I feel like I'm going to be definitely unprepared, regardless of how much work I do between now and then. Obviously, have been over the previous past 2 weeks, just trying to get things together, trying to make it as easy as I can for myself. But once again, it is my first time. There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be unprepared for. So that is what it is. This will just be a fun learning experience for me. It'll be fun to go to my first ever card show. Never been to a card show.
Ha! Gay!
Didn't think it would be the first time I would be doing that would be here in Sweden, but once again, super excited. And I will definitely be doing some footage as much as I can sort of share with you guys and girls on how the card show went, what it looked like. I will be doing that as much as I can. I don't expect to be selling anything at all, actually, to be honest. The table itself, it was pretty cheap to hire for the weekend. It was only about $40 US. So very, very cheap in my mind, at least I thought it was. And I honestly, as I said, I don't expect to sell anything. And if I don't sell anything, I'll just be happy to be around cards, meeting new people, and maybe making new connections, which is always really fun. All right, now let's get into doing this mixed PSA return. So I did mention a lot of these cards were from a previous mail day. I was hoping to actually have these cards back for this card show. A lot of these is from Mixed Sports. There is some UFC stuff there. I'm not sure if the UFC cards have come back yet. When I send my cards to PSA through Ship My Cards, although I order at the same time, they may not go to PSA at the same time. So some of the cards I haven't got back yet. Some of these cards only just got back. So unfortunately, it was too late to be able to get them, shipped them back here to Sweden in time for this card show, which was the reason why I got them. But nevertheless, I will be able to probably put these up on the local buy-sell marketplace here in Sweden and still try and sell them onwards. Let's see how we did. I'm pretty nervous. I will say a lot of these cards, they are older cards, as you will about to see. And because they were older cards, I was not expecting to get 10s. These are actually cards that I have all looked over in person, which is the first time I've done this as well, being able to actually look at my cards before sending them to PSA. Some of you will know I did do a blind PSA submission before, which I'd never do again.
Is he fucking awesome?
Even though I did get some 10s, which was cool, but obviously best to look over the cards yourself, get them wiped over, and send them off that way. That way, you know, you can sort of increase your chances of getting a better grade. These ones, if I get below, as I said, I'm not expecting 10s, but if I get below 8s, then I will be disappointed. I'm looking for 8s and above. So 8s is fair, is okay for me on some of these cards. Just because I think even at an 8, a lot of these cards I will be able to make some sort of return on when we're breaking down the costs of grading and then also what I got into the cards for. Let's get into it and find out what I got. Oh, here we go. Here's the first one. It is the 1991 AW Sports Boxing, the Muhammad Ali. It's a PSA 8 I got for this one. This one was very cool. Sugar Ray Robinson there and Joe Louis. This is a cool card. This one, I can't remember. Obviously, the centering looks good on it. Not exactly sure why this maybe didn't get a little bit higher, but nevertheless, an 8. As I said, happy with an 8 because this card is from 1991. Well, we have a Jordan here. Jordan Flair, 1989. And it's an 8 as well. Okay, I think, to be honest, I'm going to lose out on this card. I think I got this one from Burbank. And I paid $25 for this card. So, yeah. This was probably not the best one to send. But, as I said, to be fair, I actually think this on eBay in America, I think this comps somewhere around $30. And I think if I was to sell this, for example, at the card show this weekend, I probably would have got somewhere around what I put into it. So if it had been a 9, obviously fantastic. But it's not a 9, it's an 8. But I think I'll still be able to potentially break even for this card here in Sweden. Alright, what do we got up next? Next we have the Steve Austin. It's the Raw is War card. Let's look at it. Oh, we got a 6.
What?
So that's not great. This card was semi beat up. We can see immediately some markings on the corners there. But yeah, I knew this card wasn't going to get a 9. A 6 though, probably lower than what I wanted or was expecting. But that is what it is. Obviously, take a lesson from that. Still a very cool looking card. It's not Steve Austin's rookie card or anything. But what I liked about this card was I just thought for those kids of the 90s who watched a lot of WWF, this is a very iconic looking Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I still think this is a cool card. And it doesn't look too bad in a PSA slab, this one, to be fair. So I like a lot of the 2001 Fleer stuff. This one, Ingemar Jönsson, he was probably the most famous Swedish boxer that Sweden has had. Well, we got a 9 for this one. I was really hoping for a 10. Obviously, this card was in pretty good condition, like really good. I thought it was had a chance at gemming. A 9's not bad. 1991 AW Sports. It's a shame I don't have this one for the card show this weekend, but still a cool card to have. And a 9, I'm happy with that grade. Obviously, it's a lot better than an 8. So I think I should be able to be up on this card. I got it quite cheaply, so I'm into that card for approximately $25, so I think I'll do good on this one. Alright, I'm excited about this one. I am excited about looking to see what this got. I have 2 cards coming up now. I have not seen the grades, but I just know that I can see the cards, so I know which one it is. This is a SGC 9.5 that I cracked out and submitted to PSA. I've done this 3 times now with 3 Connor cards. 2 of them came back 10s. What's this one going to come back? It's up on the screen. I haven't looked at it. You guys and girls can see it. An 8.
Up my plan. This is fucking bullshit.
Oh, that is not good. That is not good, and that is a massive surprise. That is a massive surprise. That has been downgraded 1.5 grades. So an 8 for that 2021 Israel Adesanya Purple Prism. That hurts. That hurts. I was really hoping for a 10 there. And if not, obviously a 9, but an 8 is surprising. We'll move on now. Sean O'Malley, 2021 Green Prism. It's a colour match. It was an SGC 9.5. Let's check out what that one got. Hopefully we scored better on this one. We got a 10. We got a 10. We made up for it.
We are back, baby.
We are fucking back! We're back! Classic! We are back! We are back!
Yeah, Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean. We have a 10 for this one. Oh, what do I do? I'm gonna put this up. Like, I remember my initial intentions were that if I got a 9, I was gonna keep it for the PC. But if I got a 10, then I'm probably gonna have to flip this one. And especially now because I've lost out big time on that purple prism for Izzy. 10. Green prism. I know it's not numbered, but this is a very, very nice card. So I think there'll be someone who will be happy to pay for that in a PSA 10 slab. That's our first 10. Our first 10. So what have we had? 3 8s, 1 6, 1 9, 1 10. Let's move on. What's next? The Anders Svensson, famous soccer player for Sweden in the early 2000s. I believe this is his rookie card. It's a cool looking card. The grade's up on the screen right now. You can see it. I can't. It's a 6. Yep. Once again, I remember this was in pretty similar condition to that, the Stone Cold Steve Austin card. So, a 6. Once again, not great. Don't know how I'm going to do on that one, like return-wise. It is what it is. It was very cheap. I think that card was a few dollars, max $2. The Peter Forsberg, now one of the most other famous Swedish hockey players. It's not his rookie card, but it's a cool one. It's the 1995 medal. Oh, we got an 8, so not great again. I would have hoped for a 9 on that one at least. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that's just a photo, the lighting there, but that looks a bit strange. Yep. Let's move on. Alright, this is a cool one. This is a 90s Star Wars card. I bought this one and that one, like, back when I first got into the hobby and was just looking at other stuff. It's up on now. This is, alright, happy with that. PSA 9, 1993 Star Wars Galaxy. The saga continues. Revenge of the Jedi. So this is an alternative poster card. So they actually changed the name of this movie originally. I think George Lucas wanted to call it Revenge of the Jedi. And then they changed it to Return of the Jedi after some time. But this is obviously a replica of the initial poster that there was. So I like this card. Really, really cool. Quite iconic. Cool little story behind it, and now it's in a PSA 9 slab. So I think that one is a win. Alright, the Habib. I remember this one was a little bit busted up. Not sure what I'm going to get here. It's a 2017 knockout for Habib. It's the red, numbered to 25. What we get? An 8. That's probably pretty fair. That's probably what I expected. Obviously would have liked a 9. An 8 is probably, yeah, as I said, not too shocked or upset about that at all. Alright, do we have many more? I think that may be it, guys. Oh no, we have a Jim Miller here. We have the Title Shot Contenders Auto. It is a black. It's from 2011, I believe. It's a black number to 88. We got a 9. Once again, I initially wanted to get this card graded up for sale for UFC 300, but I've always liked this card. I've had this card for quite some time. Back when I started to sort of look into stats of UFC and appreciate Jim Miller for all the records that he currently holds in the UFC. And this card was just pretty aesthetically cool. So I thought it would have suited not too bad in a PSA slab, which it does. Alright, so that was that one. And that is it. So that is it, guys and girls, for the surprise PSA submission. And just one little thing I want to finish up on is I'm still bored. I'm still bored with UFC cards. We've had Topps Midnight. It's been released recently. Not interested in that at all. There was the news now that we're going to be having a few more products this year for Topps, which is surprising because there was quite a few. I believe Next up, we're going to have Knockout, which will be interesting to see. I will be interested to see the designs, what they are having for parallels, what are they having for maybe memorabilia relic cards in that product, on-card autos maybe, who knows, we're going to find out. And then we have Finest as well coming out later in the year. Super excited about that. I'll be super excited to see what the design will be for Finest, just because Finest is my favourite product from Topps years before. Will it be the same? I don't know. I'll have to wait and find out. But I am excited to see it's going to be back this year at some point. There were some other products, some new products like Topps Royalty, which seems to be a higher end product, maybe replacing something like Museum. And I think there was one more release as well. So there are going to be still at least 4 or 5 more releases for Topps this year. But right here, right now, I'm quite bored with UFC cards. I have in mind some cards that I still would like to have for my PC. I can't afford them right now. That is what it is. So no point. I'm sort of done with going back and forth, trying to find cards here and there to buy. And just at the moment, I'm just holding my money, saving my money, and either working towards a higher Grail card that's lower serial numbered for either Sean O'Malley or Max Holloway. Other than that, I'm not too interested with UFC cards at the moment. I have been diving into still a little bit more wrestling cards, haven't been buying anything, but still just checking stuff out, just sort of exploring other avenues for cards, even some TCG stuff. At this card show, there will be some local grading companies that I'm going to take some my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards to. I have some nostalgia for Yu-Gi-Oh. I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger. So just stuff like that, getting more connected with other things other than UFC cards when it comes to like TCG and other sports. I did mention about, you did see my last week's video, the memorabilia, other collectible stuff I have been buying. I did forget to mention these posters up here behind me. I will take some better pictures of, but up in there in the glass cabinet is the UFC 299 fight poster that I did get signed by 10 or so fighters at the Fighter Hotel, which was like obviously a super fun experience, super cool to have met some fighters, get some photos, and also get some autographs on that poster itself. And then I also have up behind me, there is 2 UFC 292 posters. Obviously a super special event for me when O'Malley won the Bantamweight Championship, and then also having it tied in with my birthday as well. I wanted to get some sort of memorabilia from that. I was originally hoping to get one of those signed by Sean himself. That didn't happen to be, but I did get the one that's highest up. It is the fight poster specifically for O'Malley versus Sterling, and I did happen to get that one signed by Sean O'Malley's coach, Tim Welch. So I will show that up in a picture here now, because that signature is super hard to see. Wasn't super prepared for that. If I had been more prepared, I definitely would have got it done in some sort of white ink pen, which made the signature pop a lot more on the poster. But regardless, I did get a signature. I got it myself, which was super important for me, and obviously adds to that collectability and the connection to that as well. And I know it's there, so that's the main thing. Those are 2, especially the signed poster by Tim Welch, Sean O'Malley's head coach. That is a super special thing for me now in my collection. And as I said, sort of branching out into other collectibles at the moment, just because I'm so bored with UFC cards. That is going to be it for this video this week, guys and girls. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. As per usual, we will see you again here next week at UFC Card Talk.